The race session is at Spa-Francorchamps in Francorchamps, Belgium. Riley Gallardo is P1. Noel Caceres from Spain is second. Kevin Woodward from Canada is third. Ernest Buddock from Australia is fourth. Bias Stursdale is fifth. Jason Murphy from United States is P6. Daniel S. is 7th. Tyler Van Beek from United States is P8. Rafael Moreno from Italy is P9. Rainer M. entering the pits is P23. Marco Sicolo is 10. Tony Munoz is P11. Chris Newson is P12. Johan Espinoza from Cuba is 13. Mark Condos is P14. Jeff Michael from Canada is P15. KR from Argentina is 16. Jeff Malone is 17. Jose Manuel Izquierdo is P18. Walter Phillips from United States is 19. Willie N is 20th. Rainer M is P21. Gordon Jacobson from United States is 22nd. David Hirsch is P23. Riley Gallardo is P1.
It's time to bring the action!
Bias Stursdale in La Source is P5. Jason Murphy in Eau Rouge is P6. Jose Manuel Izquierdo is P11. Rainer M. in Kemmel Straight is P11. Jose Manuel Izquierdo in Les Combes is 11th. Rainer M. in Bruxelles is P11. Mark Condos is P15. Gordon Jacobson is 17th, 0.2 ahead of Marco Sicolo. Marco Sicolo in Fagnes on lap 1 is P18, 0.2 behind Gordon Jacobson. Tyler Van Beek entering the pits is 23rd. Marco Sicolo is now P17. Noel Caceres in Blanquimont is P3, 0.3 behind Kevin Woodward. Via Stursdale in chicane is P5 battling Jason Murphy. East Santiago exiting pits on hards. Via Stursdale past Jason Murphy for P4. Jason Murphy is P5, 0.1 behind Via Stursdale. Rafael Moreno is 6th, 0.4 behind Jason Murphy. Tony Munoz entering the pits is P21. Daniel S. entering the pits is P22. But Ernest Buddock in Eau Rouge is 8th, 0.2 behind Johan Espinoza. Jeff Malone in Kemmel Straight is 11th, 0.1 behind Rainer M. Jeff Malone passed Rainer M for P10. Jeff Malone is now 10th. Rainer M is P12. Kevin Woodward in Bruxelles is P4, 0.4 behind Noel Caceres. Jeff Malone in Bruxelles is 12th, 0.4 behind Rainer M. Daniel S. exiting pits. Tony Munoz is 1st. Tony Munoz exiting pits. Kevin Woodward is 4th, 0.5 behind Noel Caceres. Willie N is 14th, 0.1 behind KR. Willie N is now P13. Rainer M is 14th, 0.3 behind Willie N. Jeff Michael in Blancmont is 17th, 0.1 behind Gordon Jacobson. Jeff Michael lost P18 to Walter Phillips. Kevin Woodward is P4, 0.3 behind Noel Caceres. Willie N in La Source is 13th battling KR. Rainer M in Eau Rouge is 15th battling David Hirsch. Noel Caceres in Les Combes is P4, 0.2 behind Kevin Woodward. KR in Les Combes is 13th, 0.4 behind Willie N. Chris Newson is 17th, 0.4 behind Gordon Jacobson. But Ernest Buddock in Double Gauche is P8, 0.4 behind Noel Caceres. Gordon Jacobson in double gauche is P17, 0.1 behind Chris News on. Marco Sicolo in Fagnes is P21, 0.5 behind Jeff Michael. Ernest Buddock in Blanquemont on lap 3 is P8, 0.3 behind Noel Caceres. KR in Blanquemont is P14, 0.1 behind David Hirsch. Jeff Michael in Blanquemont is P20, 0.1 behind Mark Condos. KR is 14th, 0.3 behind David Hirsch. Marco Sicolo in La Source is P20, 0.1 behind Jeff Michael. Marco Sicolo passed Jeff Michael for 19th. KR in Radielan is 14th, 0.3 behind David Hirsch. Jeff Malone on lap 4 is P11, 0.2 behind Ernest Buddock. Jeff Malone passed Ernest Buddock for 10th. Chris News on is P17, 0.1 behind Gordon Jacobson. Chris News on lost P17 to Walter Phillips. Jeff Michael in Bruxelles is 20th, 0.5 behind Marco Sicolo. Chris News on in double gauche is P18, 0.2 behind Walter Phillips. Willie N in Campus is 13th, 0.4 behind David Hirsch. Willie N passed David Hirsch for P12. Jeff Michael from Canada in Campus is P19, 0.5 behind Marco Sicolo. Marco Sicolo is 19th, 0.1 behind Jeff Michael. KR in Chicane is 14th, 0.4 behind David Hirsch. Marco Sicolo in Chicane is P19, 0.5 behind Jeff Michael. Jeff Malone in Radielan is 10th, 0.5 behind Jose Manuel Izquierdo. KR is 14th, 0.2 behind David Hirsch. David Hirsch in Les Combs is P14 battling KR. Marco Ciccolo in Les Combs is 19th. Rafael Moreno in Double Gauche is 7th. Marco Ciccolo is 19th, 0.5 behind Jeff Michael. Chris Nuzon in Fagnes is 17th, 0.1 behind Gordon Jacobson. Marco Ciccolo in Campus is 18th, 0.5 behind Chris Nuzon. Marco Ciccolo is now 19th. David Hirsch in Chicane is 14th, 0.5 behind KR. Chris Nuzon in Chicane is 17th, 0.4 behind Gordon Jacobson. Daniel S. entering the pits is 23rd. David Hirsch is 14th, 0.3 behind KR. Chris Nuzon on lap 6 is P17, 0.2 behind Gordon Jacobson. KR in Les Combs on lap 6 is 14th, 0.1 behind David Hirsch. KR passed David Hirsch for P13. David Hirsch in Bruxelles is 14th, 0.5 behind KR. Chris Nuzon is P17, 0.2 ahead of Marc Condos. Chris Nuzon lost 17th to Marc Condos. David Hirsch in Double Gauche is 14th, 0.3 behind KR. Chris Nuzon in Double Gauche is P17, 0.2 ahead of Marc Condos. Marc Condos in Fagnes is P18, 0.2 behind Chris Nuzon. Marco Ciccolo is 19th, 0.5 behind Marc Condos. Jose Manuel Izquierdo is 10th. David Hirsch is P14, 0.1 behind KR. Marco Sicolo is 18th, 0.1 behind Marc Condos. David Hirsch in Kemmel Straight on lap 7 is P14, 0.8 behind KR. Marco Sicolo in Kemmel Straight is P18 battling Marc Condos. Marco Sicolo passed Marc Condos for P17. Marc Condos in Les Combes is 18th, 0.5 behind Marco Sicolo. Chris Nuzon in Bruxelles is 21st, 0.5 behind Walter Phillips. Chris Nuzon passed Walter Phillips for 20th. But Ernest Buddock is 10th, 0.5 behind Jose Manuel Izquierdo. David Hirsch in Corby Palfrère on lap 7 is 14th battling KR. David Hirsch passed KR for P13. KR in Blanquemont on lap 7 is 14th, 0.1 behind David Hirsch. Willie N is P12, 0.5 behind but Ernest Buddock. Jeff Malone in La Source is 10th, 0.3 behind Jose Manuel Izquierdo. Jose Manuel Izquierdo is 10th. Jeff Michael is P17, 0.5 behind Marco Sicolo. Jose Manuel Izquierdo in Bruxelles is P10, 0.1 behind Jeff Malone. Jose Manuel Izquierdo lost P11 to Willie N. Jeff Michael in Les Combes is 17th, 0.3 behind Marco Sicolo. Noel Caceres in Campus is 6th, 0.2 behind Jason Murphy. Marc Condos entering the pits is P21. The leader has just finished the race. Tony Munoz finished P1. Riley. Riley Gallardo finished P2. Kevin Woodward finished P3. Vyas Stursdale finished P4. Jason Murphy finished P5. East Santiago finished P22. Rafael Moreno finished 6th. Noel Caceres finished 7th. Johan Espinoza finished P8. Ernest Buddock finished P9. Willie N finished P10. KR finished 11. David Hirsch finished P12. Jeff Malone finished P13. Rainer M finished 14th. Marco Sicolo finished P15. Jeff Michael finished P16. Chris News unfinished 17th. Gordon Jacobson finished 18th. Walter Phillips finished P19.